Namaste and welcome to Satyan Luminaries. I am Swasti Bansal of Grade 9, Tech Secretary at Satya School.
I'm Gurgaon from grade 11.
And I'm Pratik Kedania and I'm also from grade 11.
Today we have with us our esteemed guest, Mr. Amit Dubey. Sir is a pioneer in cybersecurity, digital forensics and ethical hacking. Sir is a renowned cyber crime investigator and a TEDx speaker. We welcome you, sir.
So there are many students who are interested in hacking and they have the skill, but they're unsure how to use it. How would you advise them and how would you tell them to navigate this process?
I think first of all we should understand that there is a huge demand of such kind of skills, and according to few surveys we need almost 900,000 cyber experts, ethical hackers in next 3 years only in India. So this is definitely a very futuristic option for all of you. If you are interested, if you already started something in this domain, this will definitely help you a lot. Now, I always say that when you are a teenage kid, at that time your understanding of security is really critical, and it can help us to protect critical infrastructures lately, because most of these hackers, those have done their best hack when they were teenage kids, whether it is Jonathan, whether it is Kevin Mitnick. Why it is so? Because there is something which you only get when you are a teenage kid. When you learn and you start understanding processes, protocols, you are unable to see beyond that. And you think that if somebody is trying to hack a system, they'll follow the same steps, but there is no such set patterns to hack some. So I think you should start learning at early age, and that will help you definitely. The only thing which is important at this time is to know the legality. When you are trying to experiment or you are trying to hack something, should not be beyond legal boundaries. So ethical hacker is a person who is hacking something with information, with support. If suppose you have a website, school website or any industrial website, and you want to test it, and you said I'll hack it and I'll try to see the potential vulnerabilities in it, then you are working as an ethical hacker. But if you do it without informing someone, then it's a crime and you will end up in jail. So that's something which you need to be very clear when you are learning, experimenting and growing. But for certifications, for degrees, diplomas, all this knowledge that you will gain in this time will definitely help you.
Courses do you suggest for young teenagers?
You can do certificate in ethical hacking as well. You can do CHFI certificate in hacker and forensic investigators. So there's a certificate called CHFI and then CEH. Then there are certifications especially for so as a cyber expert or cyber security professional, you have various kind of options to try. You can go in defensive mode, you can go in offensive mode. Either side you can learn things and start offering services. Defensive means you know from cloud or server to the endpoint all the security components. For example, if I need to secure something, it starts from server side where you have hosted your applications, your servers, your websites. You have to secure there first, the data in security, so database security, data in transit when it is moving out from database and available to your endpoint, which is mobile app or a website. So you can steal information in transit mode also, you can steal information from the endpoint also, or you can steal information from the servers. So you need security provisions at every step. Somebody who is expert of doing that is actually called defensive expert. He is able to defend data security, or he is able to create secure ecosystems for any kind of application. But when you are learning offensive side of it, so we call it red teaming or blue teaming. Blue teaming professionals are those are actually defending the systems, and red teaming professionals are those are actually attacking the system. So if you are into this side, you become hacker, or you become ethical hacker, or if you become offensive expert, or person who is actually testing all the time systems. So we will always try to create processes, vulnerabilities, or some exploits which can be used to hack a system. And that's why this knowledge is different than this knowledge.
So as we know about the dark web and its hidden dangers, so how can a person identify if they're accessing the dark web unknowingly, and how can we prevent its side effects and getting stuck into the dark web?
See, first of all, you can't access dark web unknowingly, because there's no unknowing way of entering into it, right? You will have to use those tools first. So dark web is an secluded space. It is an isolated space. It is not available through Google or through any other surface web applications. If you are interested to enter into dark web, you will have to install some tools. So you install Tor, you install a VPN, then you start entering into it, and there are different websites. These websites are called .onion websites, and you can't access those .onion website in Google Chrome or Explorer or any other browser. You'll have to have that tool. So by mistake you can't enter there. You have made up your mind that okay, I'm entering into dark web and I'm going to explore it for any reason. Then you set up all those environments and then you enter into it. Once you are there, then you will see legalities, illegalities, everything. So 70-80% of the content in dark web is illegal actually, because it is either a dump yard of all hacked content. Wherever, whatever is being hacked or breached, it ends up in dark web. It is available there. So it's good for to know proactively your data breaches, and you can explore in dark web. Second, there are all illegal things like drug trafficking to guns and ammunition trafficking to availability of hackers or offensive contract killers hiring and all. So there are many such things. Those are absolutely illegal, which is not. Suppose it should not be with the in your like you should not access it at this age. It is not allowed for a teenage kid, I think. So that's why when you are entering into dark web, you should know these clauses, and there are different levels in dark web. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. You get to another level only when you have shown enough credibility in previous level. So a person who is an ethical hacker, and if you want to go to next level, you'll have to first hack something, share this data and prove your potential. Then only they'll allow you to move to the next level and you become part of that closer community. So normally it is a very long process. In 5-6 years probably you will be able to explore the entire dark web. Then you will just see the superficial or surface of a dark web, which is the website. Those are openly available for everyone. But even those websites, when you are accessing, you can end up getting hacked yourself. You can harm yourself. You will end up downloading something which is malicious. You will end up downloading something which is illegal. So that's why you have to be extra cautious when you are entering to that.
So my next question to you is about DigiLocker. I feel we all use DigiLocker, and we know that it offers a secure and paperless way to store our important documents. But what if the system crashes or there's a data breach? So how is the government ensuring recovery in such situations?
So first of all, any such system, whether it is DigiLocker or banking system or your any other, even school records, everything is critical. If it is breached or if it is compromised or if it is stolen or if it is crashed, as you said, it will definitely harm someone, or either you are losing money, reputation, credibility, many kind of complex situations will arise. So it is not only for DigiLocker. The provisions we are taking here to protect your data. It is applicable for each and every kind of databases. And for that there are different security frameworks. Those are recommended by NIST or ISO. So these are bodies, they recommend security framework that how can you secure your data and what all you should do to avoid any such kind of situation. For example, ransomware attack. So it has encrypted all your data and now you are not able to decrypt it. You can't access on your own. To avoid that situation, you should always have backups. If you have backup, because this is the worst situation, but you should be ready for that also. So if you have backup and then backup is isolated from the main databases, then you are safe. So we always have multiple backups of these critical data points, and also having all guardrails to protect that nobody can manipulate, change it. First of all, nobody can access it. So there are normally three kind of attack possibilities for any such data. We call it CIA triage: confidentiality, integrity and availability. So hacker will always target to challenge any such database from either confidentiality perspective, integrity perspective or availability perspective. Confidentiality means they are able to steal that information and they can make it public. So confidentiality breach. Integrity means they can access this information and they can change it without any such alert going to you, or you are not aware about it that there is any change in my database. For example, college results, exam papers, or any such critical information, if they are able to access and manipulate. This is much dangerous than confidentiality breach. And the third is availability challenge, which means they can make your system unavailable to you only. So creating some DDoS kind of attack and making it unavailable. So we'll have to have provisions to protect our data from either of these three potential attack vectors.
But like, sir, we have our Aadhars and multiple other government documents, legal documents uploaded on DigiLocker. So like, we do have backups, but once if it is taken, or if I say once it is hacked, then the data is available. Yeah.
It happens. See, and not only Aadhaar, many banks, they have been hacked and the data is already out. Banks. We always think that banks are most secure. But if you explore in dark web, you will find lots of debit card, credit card of almost every bank. They have been taken from the bank's databases on. So this probability is always there. That okay, sometimes something could happen either from database side or from user side. So during again, because you have mentioned Arogya Setu and that another COVID platform for vaccination, they created a platform. So CoWIN or something, right? So there was a news that the database got compromised and the data is available out of various people, those have been vaccinated. And then we started the investigation. And then we found that no, the database is not being compromised. But actually there were a few doctors, those have been given this access. They have taken the screenshot. And the screenshot that they have taken, that is leaked. So the potential, see that this possibility will always be there. If I give you access of your data and yourself is taking a screenshot and because of some reason it is going out, then you can't blame it to the servers. So you are right, sometimes either from the end user perspective, sometimes from the server side, the data breach possibilities will always be there. But if it is out, we have a clear-cut response mechanism. So there is a body in India that is called CERT, Center for Emergency Response Team, CERT of India, CERTIN. You can go to this website, certin.gov.in or something. They are responsible to manage this situation. If suppose some data breach happens, you will have to inform them first. The moment you inform them first, what they will ensure to misuse of this data. If suppose some passwords are leaked, they'll inform to those people that okay, change your password. Somebody is aware about it. If your Aadhaar card data is out, they'll inform to you that oh, your Aadhaar card is out. You have to be extra cautious. Just because your data is out, you are not vulnerable. You are vulnerable because you are not aware that your data is out. Got it? If I tell you that your Domino's server is hacked and your all previous orders are available online, but you don't know this, then I can misuse it. I can call you and I can say that I am calling from Domino's and on 30th of November you have ordered this pizza and this was the configuration and then with extra cheese, blah blah blah, and this was the amount, it was delivered at this address. Is it right? You will trust this person. And then he'll offer you something, oh, you have some special pizza free for a year or something, some scheme, and you are part of that. Now you can install this application, share with me this code and have pizza free for the entire year. Because he has provided you some information which is very, very specific, personal to you, you could trust him. If you know that this data is already out, or everybody knows your locations, or everybody knows your other such details, then you will be extra cautious and you will not trust this person. So just by knowing that okay, there is a data breach happened can help you.
And sir, as we know that DigiYatra is trying to revolutionize the travel in India. So why is it only in India and even in our country in India, it's only for a few airports, not all of them?
So every technology has to go through some trial first. They cannot change all of a sudden all the infrastructures and deploy it everywhere, because you'll have to first test it from three perspectives. You have to win the trust of the people also. How many people are accepting it? How many people are using it? Are they trusting government? Are they trusting system? Or they are so conscious about sharing your pictures or personal photographs, right? So it is a gradual process. It goes slowly. So first it was deployed in some airports, but you also take the benefit of it, right? You can bypass the long queues and you can get your work done easily. So either ways, I have seen people who are not using DG Yatra even now because they're still evaluating whether it is okay, not okay. So it will have to go through all those testings first, trials first. And once you'll see, okay, there are 50% people that are using DG Yatra or 70% people, probably then it will be deployed everywhere and scaled first. But similar kind of provisions are there everywhere. If you go to many other airports, you will have that they don't test you or check you or frisk you like in India. They'll just check few of your facials and all, and they'll let you go or bypass all these security checks. This happens, but they have much more sophisticated, costly scanners. Even in India, when your pictures are taken, they don't store your picture. They just store your features so that they can recognize you. But your picture as it is not stored. So all these kind of privacy measures are taken care while deploying or implementing such kind of solutions.
So as you know, India is rapidly moving towards a fully digital ecosystem. But are we prioritizing cybersecurity enough?
See, there's nothing called enough because there's always be a scope to do things better. We are trying our best. India is ranked 10th in overall security rating, global security rating. We are the most secure country. So we are among top 10 countries. I think the first one is Lithuania or some country. I may be wrong, but some country over there. But not Lithuania. Okay. Yeah. So some Nordic countries or they are really good. Denmark, Norway, Sweden. Of course they are, because they are small. So if your country is small enough, you can really create a strong ecosystem. But in India, because of the scale that we have, sometimes even to protect each and every at the end point will be very, very difficult because you will always end up losing some gaps in your systems. So I think we'll have to first change the way we are deploying security in Indian ecosystem. We should treat every state as an isolated jurisdiction and to try to secure that first. Suppose Himachal is a very small state. We can secure it completely and we can achieve easily to that level of Nordic countries कि अब हिमाचल के अंदर कोई साइबर क्राइम नहीं होता, या we are able to protect each and every one in Himachal to that extent that nobody can cheat them online, or probably no attack can happen to their IT infrastructures. And then we can sort of replicate the same model in Uttarakhand or maybe in UP or MP or Rajasthan. Then eventually we'll achieve it
one at a
nationwide.
time.
But right now what we are trying to do, we are trying to secure each and everything all over, everywhere, wherever in India, whatever is critical. I think that is taking lots of time. We can't do that because deployment at a larger scale is always a complex job to do. All these countries have achieved it because they are very small. Their overall population is 5 million, 6 million, not more. In India, we have 5 million people in a city. Right? So there's a difference.
But if you talk about secure enough, seeing the population, diverse population, what about the ratio of criminals and ethical hackers? How can we match that? Because definitely the threat is rising. But what about the hackers? Ethical hackers, how do we target the criminals according to the ratio?
See, so they are in India, we are challenged not because of hackers, but fraudsters. So they are not hackers, they are not hacking you, or they are not hacking your devices. They can't, because they are not technical guys. Most of these cyber criminals are non-technical people. They are teenage kids sometimes, they are kids who have not gone to school even. but they have learned some tricks through which they can build trust with you and they can cheat you. So we call them fraudsters. Now these guys are not hacking your devices to reach to you, they are hacking you to reach to your devices. Because you do some mistake, you transfer your money on your own. For example, digital arrest cases, people are transferring their own money on their own. Nobody is hacking their device, they are not forcing anybody to sort of, there's no technical vulnerability that is exploited, right? You go to bank and then you transfer this money and then you say, मैं तो लुट गया, बर्बाद हो गया. अरे भाई आप ही गए थे. तो होता क्या है, suppose there is a security expert who has done PhD in security और उसने सारे security provisions पढ़े हुए. Now you request him कि I am making this house and make it secure. तो उसका जो thought process होगा, कैसे होगा? You will say, boss, इसमें ना biometric security system लगा देता. Okay, very good. No, nobody else would be able to enter. नहीं और सिक्योर करो यार. सर CCTV कैमरा भी लगा देता. Make it more secure. Then we can give you live alert and no intrusion can take place. Very good. और सिक्योर करो यार. सर मैं RF सेंसर्स लगा देता हूँ. ऊपर से भी ड्रोन भी नहीं आएगा, चिड़िया भी नहीं आएगी. Very good. और सिक्योर करो. Have you noticed कि वो कर क्या रहा है? वो जो बुक में पढ़ी चीजें हैं ना, वो इंप्लीमेंट कर रहा है एक एक करके. उसको पढ़ा दी गई थी. उसको नहीं पता कि क्रिमिनल कैसे काम करता है, क्योंकि जो क्रिमिनल है जो उस घर में घुसने वाला है उसने सब नहीं पढ़ा है. उसको नहीं पता बायोमेट्रिक क्या होता है, उसको नहीं पता कि RF सेंसर्स क्या होता है, उसको नहीं पता कि CCTV क्या क्या कर सकते हैं. सो ही इज नॉट इवन कंसीडरिंग दोस काइंड ऑफ चैलेंजेस. उसका दिमाग अलग लेवल पर चल रहा है. अब वो क्या करेगा? ही विल क्रिएट अ सिचुएशन कि आप अपना बायोमेट्रिक खुद डिसेबल करोगे, खुद अंदर जाओगे, CCTV बंद करोगे, पैसे निकालोगे, बाहर लाके उसको दे दोगे और फिर थाने में जाके चिल्लाओगे मैं लुट गया, बर्बाद हो गया. He'll create that situation. This is what happening. तो वो जो सिक्योरिटी मेजर्स थे फ्लॉप हो जाते. यदि टेक्नोलॉजिकली चीजें सिक्योर हो जाती तो ट्विटर हैक नहीं होता, सॉफ्ट बैंक हैक नहीं होता, कोग्निजेंट हैक नहीं होता, या जितने भी सोनी टीवी हैक नहीं होता, जितने भी बड़े बड़े ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस दे वर हैक. डिस्पाइट ऑफ दैट दे वर हैविंग ऑल सिक्योरिटी प्रॉब्लम्स बिकॉज देयर वर समवन, एक कोई बंदा था जिसने गलती की, या तो डरा के, ल्योर करके, कंफ्यूज करके. सो आई थिंक वी विल हैव दीज काइंड ऑफ वल्नरेबिलिटीज. ये तो रहेंगी हमेशा. तभी जो किसी भी सिस्टम को सिक्योर करना हो तो विल हैव टू वर्क एट 3 लेवल. इसको बोलते हैं पीपल, प्रोसेस, टेक्नोलॉजी. टेक्नोलॉजी पहले जैसे स्कूल को सिक्योर करना, सो विल डिप्लॉय टेक्निकली और एवरीथिंग विच इज रिक्वायर्ड. फायरवॉल्स लगा दिए, आपका एंड पॉइंट प्रोटेक्शन सिस्टम कर दिए, इंट्रूजन प्रिवेंशन सिस्टम, इंट्रूजन डिटेक्शन सिस्टम, क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम, और आपका एंड पॉइंट प्रोटेक्शन सिस्टम, डेटा लीक प्रिवेंशन सिस्टम. वी हैव डिप्लॉयड एवरीथिंग व्हिच इज रिक्वायर्ड टू सिक्योर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. फिर प्रोसेस बनाए. प्रोसेस का मतलब है कि ये कोई नया अपडेट आ गया OS का तो तुरंत अपडेट होना चाहिए. अप्रूवल प्रोसेस बनाए. जैसे CFO सर बता रहे थे कि कोई पेमेंट करना होता है तो 2 लेवल अप्रूवल है, तो एक गड़बड़ कर सकता है, 2 तो गड़बड़ नहीं करेंगे. सो वील हैव टू क्रिएट प्रोसेस. और जो फाइनल लेयर है जिसकी वजह से सबसे ज्यादा नुकसान होता है वो है पीपल. यू हैव टू मेक देम अवेयर, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली सारी टेक्नोलॉजी, सारे प्रोसेस लोग ही चला रहे हैं. यदि लोग ही आंखें बंद करके चला लेंगे.
As a part of your career, you must have encountered various cases which must be challenging or thought-provoking. So can you share, because we're all curious, so can you share one defining case which maybe shaped your perspective for cybersecurity, or maybe you as a person, your personality, a defining case, a thought-provoking case?
So it happened quite early in my career. In 2011, I was working with Nokia. I was in Finland, and I was architect of that phone called Nokia in 95 and 96. They were smartphones at that time. I don't know whether you were born at that time or not, but these were smartphones of Nokia. And just for your information, Nokia was the market leader at that time. अब तो फ़ोन नहीं दिखते उसके, पर ग्लोबली 80% फ़ोन Nokia के ही होते थे. कोई दूसरा फ़ोन दिखता ही नहीं था. और Samsung और ये सब तो बच्चे माने जाते थे कि 2-4% फ़ोन इनके बिक रहे. तो उनका फ़ोन था एक N95 N96 जिसमें 8 मेगापिक्सल कैमरा और वाईफाई, डिफरेंट सर्विसेज थी. तो मुझे पेरिस पुलिस से कॉल आया and they said कि we need your help. So I visited that place. They took me to a city called Rennes, RENNES, एक city है पेरिस के पास. तो वहाँ पर they introduced me to a lady And she said, Amit, I got a call from someone, and the caller said that we have kidnapped your daughter, and you have just 1 hour to pay the ransom, and this is the amount you have to transfer to this account. There was a Nigerian account जहाँ पर पैसा ट्रांसफर करना. तो उस लेडी को लगा कि कोई प्रैंक है, तो उसने कॉल काट दी. थोड़ी देर बाद फिर कॉल आया कि यू आर मिस्टेकन, यू विल रिग्रेट ऑल थ्रू योर लाइफ, जस्ट ट्रांसफर दिस मनी और वी विल किल योर डॉटर. अब ये थोड़ा सा कॉन्शियस है. But and these were the times not everybody used to have the phone, so she could not check where is her daughter. तो उसने negotiate करना शुरू कर दिया. उसने कहा, see, I am not that rich, I don't have that much money in my account. Please give me some time, I'll transfer, but give me some time. And the caller said, don't tell me how rich you are or how much money in your account, because you are right now in your bedroom, right? And she was like, how does he know? And he said, so in your bedroom, आपके पीछे एक पेंटिंग है. उस पेंटिंग की कीमत $5,000 है. अब व्यक्ति जो इतनी कॉस्टली पेंटिंग अपने बेडरूम में टांग के रखता है, उसके अकाउंट में कितने पैसे होंगे मुझे पता है. तो लेडी घबरा गई. वो बेडरूम से भाग के अपने ड्राइंग रूम में आई. उसने नो देयर इज नो सच पेंटिंग, आई थिंक यू आर मिस्टेकन, कॉल टू द रॉन्ग पर्सन. बोले आप अभी अपने ड्राइंग रूम में हो ना, आपके राइट साइड में एक फ्लावर पॉट, दैट सेल्फ कॉस्ट यू अराउंड $2,500. स्मार्ट बात बनो, पैसा ट्रांसफर करो. द लेडी हैज ओपनड अ लैपटॉप, ट्रांसफर्ड दैट अमाउंट, और 1-1.5 घंटे बाद उसकी बेटी घर वापस आ गई. शी वॉज नॉट किडनैप्ड, शी वॉज समवेयर बट शी वॉज नॉट किडनैप्ड. Another lady was shocked कि यार ये हुआ कैसे? How could he tell me exactly where am I in my room or bedroom or drawing room or balcony wherever? तो ये पुलिस के पास गई. पुलिस ने पूरा घर इन्वेस्टिगेट किया, कोई CCTV कैमरा कुछ मिल जाए, कुछ नहीं मिला. Eventually they zeroed down the investigation to that phone जो उसके हाथ में था, कि इसमें कुछ गड़बड़ थी जिससे हुआ. और that phone was a Nokia N96 phone. तो उन्होंने फ़ोन भी स्कैन किया पर उस फ़ोन में कुछ मिला नहीं. So they called this Nokia guy, called Amit Dubey कि तुम आके देख लो एक बार. So I visited that place, I scanned the entire phone, पर फ़ोन में कुछ मुझे भी नहीं दिखा. It was clean, कोई malware. I was coming back, तो मैं एयरपोर्ट पे था. एयरपोर्ट पे मैंने देखा कि एक बच्चा था, एक गेम खेल रहा. वो अपना फ़ोन लिया उसने, that was also a Nokia phone, and उसको ऐसे लेकर दीवार के सारे कुछ कर रहा था. तो मुझे बड़ा अजीब लगा. मैंने कहा इधर आओ, क्या कर रहा है? उसने फ़ोन दिखाया, बोला मैं एक गेम खेल रहा हूँ, उसका गेम का नाम है ट्रू फाइटर. कैसे काम करता है? बोले इसको लॉन्च करो तो कैमरा ऑन हो जाता है, एंड देन ये जो पीछे दीवार पर ऑगमेंटेड ऑब्जेक्ट दिखाई देते हैं, यू कैप्चर इट एंड यू गेट पॉइंट्स. वेरी सिमिलर टू पोकेमॉन गो. पर पोकेमॉन गो वाज लॉन्च इन 2016. ये बात कर रहा हूँ मैं 2011 की, लॉन्ग बैक. थोड़ा अजीब लगा. मैंने कहा यार कैमरा ऑन होता है, उसके बाद उसमें ऑगमेंटेड ऑब्जेक्ट दिखते हैं. तो मैंने तुरंत उस आयो को फ़ोन लगाया रैन में. मैंने कहा देखो उस लेडी के फ़ोन में गेम है क्या? उसने कहा है. तो मैंने फ़्लाइट कैंसिल की है, वापस गया. सबसे पहले मैंने वो गेम को इन्वेस्टिगेट किया, ये गेम करता क्या है. तो पता पड़ा कि उस गेम से उस लेडी के घर की करीब 150 इमेजेस एक सर्वर पर अपलोड हुई थी, विच इज़ इन रोमानिया. उससे समझ में आ गया कि क्रिमिनल को पता था कि इनके किस दीवार पर क्या है. पर उससे बड़ा सवाल ये था कि उसको ये कैसे पता था कि ये लेडी इस समय ड्राइंग रूम में है या बेडरूम में. क्योंकि इवन आफ्टर हाउ मेनी ईयर्स, 13-14 ईयर्स, टुडे विद ऑल लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजीज, इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू फिगर इट आउट कि आप कमरे के इस कोने में बैठे हो या उस कोने में बैठे हो. कैसे पता करोगे? क्योंकि GPS लोकेशन तो सेम आएगी, पूरे घर की सेम ही होगी. हमें पता करना है घर के अंदर इस कोने में, उस कोने में, बेडरूम में, ड्राइंग रूम में कहाँ है बंदा. कैन यू गेस?
आई गेस उसका पैटर्न को समझिए कि वो यूजुअली किस कोने में यूजुअली बैठता है. तो अगर वो राइट साइड ऑफ द रूम में ज़्यादा बैठे तो इट्स लेस प्रॉब्लम कि वो लेफ्ट साइड पे बैठता है.
आज आप किसी के घर में जाते हो तो सबसे पहले क्या मांगते हो? पानी मांगते हो? नहीं, वाईफाई. तो आपके घर में जैसे यहाँ वाईफाई राउटर लगा हुआ है. जब आप अपना फ़ोन राउटर के पास लेके जाते हो ना तो सिग्नल लेवल बढ़ता है. जब राउटर से दूर जाते हो तो सिग्नल लेवल कम होता है. हर कमरे में सिग्नल लेवल अलग होता है. करेक्ट? आप चाहो तो इसको टेस्ट कर सकते हैं कि एप्लीकेशन है वाईफाई एनालाइजर करके, यू इंस्टॉल इट एंड यू कैन सी कि किस कोने में क्या सिग्नल लेवल. तो जब ये गेम बच्चा खेल रहा था उसका, उस समय हर एक दीवार पर जो सिग्नल लेवल था उसको फोटोग्राफ के संग अपलोड हुआ था, इस दीवार पर ये सिग्नल लेवल. और जब वो लेडी बात कर रही थी क्रिमिनल से, तो जो रियल टाइम वाईफाई सिग्नल लेवल है वो उसको मिल रहा था. तो पता कर पाता था कि इसके आसपास क्या क्या हो, बिकॉज वाईफाई सिग्नल हैज बिकम द रेफरेंस पॉइंट. आपको लोकेशन निकालने के लिए एक रेफरेंस पॉइंट चाहिए होता है कि इसकी रेफरेंस में क्या लोकेशन. सो वाईफाई की रेफरेंस में यदि दीवार पर सिग्नल लेवल ये है और व्यक्ति का ये है तो बता देगा कि इसके पास है. करेक्ट? ही वाज यूजिंग दिस। उसके बाद हमने उसको पकड़ा भी, वो आपको मेरी स्टोरीज में मिल जाएगा। बट देन आई स्टार्ट टेकिंग इंटरेस्ट इन साइबर क्राइम मच मोर व्हेन वी सॉल्व दिस केस। Yeah, even today anybody can misuse this, might be misusing, but you'll have to be extra cautious when you are installing applications, because कौन सी application आपका Wi-Fi signal level भी ले रही है आपको नहीं पता।
Sir, as you know, the easiest way to breach a data source is कि अगर वो एक common source में हो, right, एक common server पे हो, तो जो the new technology, the data blocks वाला, so can it be a probable solution for the problem?
Blockchain technology.
Blockchain technology.
So blockchain technology काम कैसे करती है उसको समझते हैं। Blockchain technology system में trust introduce करती है, so you can trust on those informations। कैसे? क्योंकि वो information जिस हिसाब से stored है वो एक दूसरे पर dependent है। It's a chain with blocks and every block is dependent on previous block। So if आप एक chain बनाते हो जिसमें हर एक block previous block पर dependent है, जैसे आपके सामने डेटाबेस है और उसमें इंफॉर्मेशन है, अब आप उसमें किसी रो के अंदर कोई डेटा चेंज करते तो कर सकते हैं, ना ऊपर वाली रो को फर्क पड़ेगा, नीचे वाली रो को फर्क पड़ेगा। पर यदि आपको मैं एक ऐसा प्रोविजन बना के दे दूँ कि आप उसमें से किसी भी रो में डेटा चेंज करते हो तो सब चेंज हो जाएगा, वरना आप कर ही नहीं सकते, तो अलर्ट आ जाएगा ना आपको कि डेटा किसी ने चेंज किया। सो इस तरह से ब्लॉकचेन बनती है, और ब्लॉकचेन इज अ मैकेनिज्म टू स्टोर इन्फॉर्मेशन। सो आपने एक ब्लॉक बनाया, you have stored information, उस ब्लॉक की हैश वैल्यू निकाली, हैश वैल्यू होती है उसका यूनिक सिग्नेचर, एंड विद दैट हैश वैल्यू यू हैव क्रिएटेड अनदर ब्लॉक, जिसमें ये हैश वैल्यू के बेस पर ये ब्लॉक बनाया जाएगा, नहीं तो ये ब्लॉक बनेगा नहीं। एंड देन यू आर कीप एडिंग ब्लॉक्स इन दिस चेन। नाउ नोबडी कैन मैनिपुलेट इंफॉर्मेशन। यदि उसको मैनिपुलेट करनी है तो उसको सारे ब्लॉक बदलने पड़ेंगे, जो वो कर नहीं सकता, बिकॉज एवरी ब्लॉक इज टाइटली कपल्ड विद प्रीवियस ब्लॉक। सो इस वजह से जितने भी ऐसे सिस्टम्स हैं, जैसे कि लैंड रिकॉर्ड्स, होता क्या था, लैंड रजिस्ट्री हो गई आपकी, आपने अपने नाम पे करा ली, किसी ने डेटाबेस में चेंज करके इनके नाम पे कर दी, अब ये कोर्ट में चले गए, अब आप लड़ रहे हो, नहीं वो तो मेरी थी, वो तो डेटाबेस में तो चेंज हो गया। पर ये पॉसिबिलिटीज़ खत्म हो जाएंगी इफ द लैंड रिकॉर्ड्स विल बी मेंटेन्ड थ्रू ब्लॉकचेन बेस्ड सिस्टम्स। कोई चेंज कर ही नहीं पाएगा, एक बार आपने रजिस्ट्री करा ली वो आपकी। अब यदि उसके नाम पर रजिस्ट्री होनी है तो नया ब्लॉक बनेगा, उस ब्लॉक में कोई चेंज नहीं हो सकता, एंड देन यू हैव टू गो टू द एंटायर प्रोसेस अगेन, जो लीगल प्रोसेस है, टू री रजिस्टर दैट लैंड टू अनदर नेम, बट नोबडी कैन जस्ट चेंज इट एंड रिमूव यू फ्रॉम द चेन, वो नहीं हो सकता।
So you would say there is future scope?
It is inevitable. In fact, जितने भी डेटाबेसेस हैं इवेंचुअली ब्लॉकचेन बेस्ड हो जाएंगे। आपके जो सर्टिफिकेट्स होते हैं स्कूल के, जो डिग्रीज हैं, सर्टिफिकेट्स हैं, वो सारे ब्लॉकचेन बेस्ड होंगे, क्योंकि कोई चेंज ही नहीं कर सकता। कल के दिन किसी ने कहा ये फर्स्ट आया था, नहीं उसने डेटाबेस में चेंज करवा लिया, वो हो ही नहीं सकता क्योंकि ब्लॉकचेन बेस्ड।